Baby. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Another episode 2 of Mile High Bandwagon coming in, bringing NFL news. We got Justin's Lions playing in the background, so hopefully we'll get him tuned in with us. But thank you guys for joining us. We're coming back. You know, we got the Fantasy Reports crew here. We got Black and Gold Fantasy Daddy Shawnee over there, and then we got Justin down at the bottom. Like I said, he'll be focusing on that Lions game. So how's it going, Shawnee?
See me here in the Lions Den.
There we go, in the Lions Den.
What up? What up? I'm doing well.
Here we go, guys. So let's get this intro, and then we'll get right into it. We'll go into rushing leaders, passing leaders after that, so we can get into this game too and keep you updated. So here we go. Welcome to the Mile High Bandwagon. Come and chat with me. This the Mile High Sports Chat track for the city. From big threes to touchdowns, I'm talking hat tricks. If it's a competition, that's probably where I'm at. This the Mile High Bandwagon. Find me on Shady Sports Network. Shady Sports Network. Oh man, that's a hell of an intro. Hey guys, welcome back. Another episode of Mile High Bandwagon. Like I said before, episode 2 of the season, bringing you NFL coverage right now on the bandwagon. I'm your bus driver, Cedric. Oh, must something.
Sorry, nothing. Go on.
You're good, man. Keep it going. No, that's what I want to hear. Bring it in. Let's talk about that. We'll update on the Lions games too while we're going on it. But right now, yeah, bandwagon. We got this portion. We got NFL going on right now. All the games. We had games today, so we'll be touching in on those. And then we got the Lions and the Rams playing right now, so we'll touch in on that as well too. So thank you guys for watching us here on Shady Sports Network. Thank you for that like. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. Every little bit helps. Every little bit counts. And you can find us on YouTube under Shady Sports Network, Mile High Bandwagon, or Fantasy Football Reports. So yeah, I figured what we do is we go ahead and get right into it. We got this game 0-0. Looks like it's about 5 minutes, a little less than 6 minutes left in the first quarter. We just had a flag on the play. So I figured we go ahead and get started on the passing leaders, or the rushing leaders, actually. We'll start to the rushing leaders, which will probably change. It could change with this game. I know we have some candidates that could change that.
For sure.
Gibbs and Williams. But as of right now, and then I got this from Yahoo Sports. So if I'm wrong, update me, guys. But I just want to, read off these top 5 rushing leaders real quick and then get your thoughts. So we got Joe Mixon at 1 with 159 yards. I think that was on 30 attempts. So we'll talk about that. J.K. Dobbins, 135 yards on 10 attempts. Lamar Jackson, 16 yards on 122. I want to see what y'all think about him sustaining that. Ramondre, I actually don't have him up here, but Ramondre Stevenson called it, 120 yards on 25 carries. And then Saquon Barkley, 24 carries, 109 yards. So the list kind of changed up a bit from what I had written up here. But I just off that list, guys, which one stood out more to you, or which one did you, you're like, whoa, what's this? Like, because for me, seeing J.K. Dobbins, because I've been talking all this trash about the Chargers running backs, and look at that. Like, I thought it would be Gus Edwards, and it was J.K. Dobbins. So, how do you guys feel about those guys?
You can go first, Sean.
Well, J.K. Dobbins, he's always been a sustainable back, and he's always been a guy that got work. And where the volume is where it tends to go. And the Chargers are a running team. Mm-hmm. They got him in there simply because they know he could, get it done. And he did. He proved it. I don't know sustainability-wise what it's going to look like, who he's going to share with. But as of right now, for what it is, it surprised me a little. I'm not going to say, yeah, I expected that by any means. But I I'm glad to see it. I know the Chargers game script calls for the run. They always have been. You see what Austin Eckler used to be for the Chargers. So that's it.
Okay. I think, or Justin, what would you think about this top 5 group?
My surprise was because the Texans Colts game I watched full, and the Chargers Raiders game I watched every snap of both of those games, and the Dobbins one kind of really surprised me. They got away from Gus early. They gave him about a drive and a half, and they stood to where they were saying before the season starts is they were going to rock the hot hand. And J.K. Dobbins, as soon as he got that 70-yard run in the first half, they just cut loose and was like, okay, nope, we're going to go with Dobbins here. And they only gave Gus another couple tries here and there at the end of the game, but every 3 downs, it was the J.K. Dobbins show. And they really showed their identity in that game under Harbaugh and with Greg Roman as the OC. Like, they are going to run the ball. They didn't have many opportunities for Herbert to have to put the ball in his hands and win him the game like he had to do a lot last year. It was a lot of running and a lot of defense, and that's what stood out to me. But Dobbins, he got his breakaway. He did look gassed towards the end of those big runs, though. I don't think he has that gear anymore after, reasonably so after those surgeries and the injuries. Like, if he still had that gas pedal, he would have taken 2 to the house today. He could have had 3 touchdowns, but defense caught up to him towards the end of the run, and is what it is. But he looked really impressive, and that surprised me. I thought Gus Edwards would be more of an even split, but I don't know. Game script during that game called differently, and Harbaugh just stuck with him. The one, though, that I'm not surprised with, and I expected because I drafted him everywhere on my teams, was Joe Mixon. That guy was the dude. He was in their game plan. He was, when Stroud was having a rough time throwing the ball, they were handing it off back at him, and he was just pulling off chunks. He was 30 carries.
30 carries, though. Is that sustainable?
There was no Damian Pierce in that show. That was all Joe Mixon. And he ran away with it. Literally, he was phenomenal. And that Colts-Texans game was that was a tense game. Those are 2 competing teams that looked really strong.
Heck yeah, man.
In the first game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there were some big plays.
Man, Richardson was my man.
Oh, man. That first big one to Pierce, I was just like, oh, man, this is what everybody was looking for. But then there's a couple of times where he was eating sacks where it's like, bro, just throw it away.
Even that one to Pierce, he slipped on that one too. I mean,
well, everyone was slipping on that field today.
Yeah.
They made comments about it at halftime between the coaches, and they're like, I don't know, it's not going both our ways. It's just the way the field is, I guess.
Yeah, it looked like the Eagles out there in Brazil.
Yeah, which is surprising because that's an indoor dome. You'd think they'd have better field, but
no. So all around, lots of really good things today. I was super stoked on the day. I'm not doing as well as I wanted to be doing in a couple of leagues, but it's just shaking out because so many people have either gone above and beyond, or so many people have just not performed at all. Like, watching the Bills today was really hard to watch. Allen try and get going. He was basically
he had 2 rushing touchdowns though.
He was
but
but he
that
was
start though,
negative.
He looked lost.
0.52 points before the second half, and I mean, I was a guy that kind of went heavy on Dalton Kincaid when they started to go, and he literally only had 2 targets today, and he caught one of them for 11 yards.
That was alarming.
He was targeted a lot in the red zone, towards the end of the game there, but it was just all incompletions. It was sad to see on that end. Andrews,
what about,
obviously, the same way with him, likely got all the work. But, I mean, I was really, really surprised to see how well the Packers did with their wide receiver group. Reed was
but that's not gonna continue though, right? If Love's out, right? Love's hurt.
Well,
so
Love is going to miss 3 to 4 weeks expected with an MCL sprain.
Yeah, so that means their receivers they're irrelevant. Who's their backup? Who's the backup?
I don't know if necessarily irrelevant is going to be the word, but I mean, it's going to be probably difficult to think that they can sustain that type of work. But it's it was good to see Reed get that You know, I mean, he was making people miss. He was making those corners look like idiots. They were falling on their face trying to catch them. But Ramondre is another guy who you mentioned on that list that I was
There
really,
you go.
really happy for. You know, even though New England, you know, they were called to not win that game, not do well, blah, blah, blah. You know, to see Ramondre eat the way he did, I'm sure all fantasy managers in that aspect were really happy to see that. And another one, you kind of, you know, you weren't surprised by it, but you were happy that, you know, you were right. And to get him at where you did in the draft is an even bigger gift.
Ramondre?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I think they really they used him well this game. They realized, okay, Brissett's going to the tight ends more, and they just relied on Stevenson to get those first downs and those tough yards and keep the drive going. He looked really impressive. That whole Patriots offense as a whole really surprised me. They came out more functional and more effective and ready to go on the road than the Bengals did at home. The Bengals looked lost. They looked misguided. They looked like they had no leadership, which is ironic because you have Chase and Burrows on the field. They just looked like a team that was just scrambling to try to be like, they got punched in the mouth and they didn't know how to react. They're like, we're supposed to be winning here. Like, what is happening? And they panic moded, and their game plan did not translate on the field. It was very disappointing if you're a Bengals fan. Like that doesn't look good going into week 2, and you're going to be playing Mahomes and the Chiefs offense on the road in Arrowhead. Like that does not bode well. Like they need to have a meeting of some sorts and get that figured out, because if I'm a Bengals player and the coach, like that's unacceptable. Like you can't just get out there and worked on your home opener like that to a team that you should have put away and should have taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Did I take myself out of the thing?
Yeah.
I don't know if how do I add you back in?
Oh, hell yeah. There you go. Go.
Here, hold on. I'll just go out and click the link.
So, said another thing that really surprised me today was the Dolphins-Jaguars game.
Oh,
I thought that was going to be more of like a shootout or a fast-paced game, and it really was sloppy for the most part.
The Jaguars wanted, right?
Yeah, but like what also confused me too was, where was Mostert? It was the Devon Achane show on the Dolphins side of the ball, and Tank Bigsby was eating into carries of ETN. Like I thought it was going to be a more throw show as far as both teams go, but I mean, the Jaguars ended up doing some Jaguar things and blowing the game at the end there, but that's one that was kind of a peculiar result that I thought the Jags were going to win, but you know, when you keep a team around like the Dolphins like that and keep them in a game, they have more weapons.
Yep.
That can finish it off for you and punish you for making mistakes.
Yeah, I feel like I kept going in and out on the Dolphins. Yeah, I was watching I think it was Game Day.
Okay.
So I just kept kind of switching. I couldn't find Red Zone for some reason on YouTube. So YouTube, get it together, get your Red Zone right so I can find it. But yeah, I couldn't find it. But it was kind of like Red Zone, so it kept going, you know, slowly over to the Dolphins-Jags game. It just seemed like the Jags, the Bengals, the Bills, you know, just these teams that we assume were
with high expectations in the offseason, thinking
maybe it was that. Maybe it was that, you know, and these other teams, you know, or maybe these other teams, they saw that too, you know, and they just had this game marked.
For sure.
I think I'd really like to see how those teams like the Dolphins, the Bills, and who was the other team?
I think the team that I was most impressed with in those morning games was the Arizona Cardinals. They
started out.
They put them up against the ropes. They put some fear in them.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. I'm looking forward to see how the Bills, the Bengals, and the Dolphins do next week again. Because, like the Bills are struggling against the likes of Arizona. Now, was it the fact that Arizona's just been focused in on this game, or Was it the
No, they
fact that
just
maybe?
it. Their players showed up and played. Like Kyler Murray did great. I mean, granted, like for some of the rookies, it didn't translate for a good performance, but still, though, if I'm an Arizona Cardinals fan, I got to be impressed by what I saw today against the Bills. They showed fight and grit, and they showed a lot of mentality of that they can hang with the big dogs in this league. Like compared to where they were last year, I mean, the defense was obviously it fell flat, came up short in the second half, letting Allen come and get those rushing touchdowns and basically take over the game and play hero ball like he's been known to do. But Arizona, if they can get, their receivers involved and working and clicking, James Conner did great. What he had to do at the goal line and getting between the tackles and getting the first downs and helping Kyler bail him out. But, yeah, I mean, I'm impressed by the Cardinals. They're probably the team that were going into the season. I thought, probably going to be about the same as last year. Not really too much of a jump, but they faced a hard test right away week 1 playing the Bills on the road. Like, that's not an easy place to play at over there in New York. Oh, here we go. And it's
Bo Nix looked awful. No wide receivers for him.
Yeah, they should have went and got out Ayuk.
No tight
Pull up that
end.
checkbook said.
So back to we'll get to that, but back to the Arizona game. You're right. I wanted to ask you for Marvin Harrison to have 1 catch for 4 yards and 3 targets. Is that is that something that you think will change, or is that something that maybe because it was the first game, or because I feel like we've been saying they're going to highlight him.
I've been hearing it from all sides. I mean, like I said, where I stand with rookies, it's nothing until you put it on tape in the NFL. And there's at the end of the game, Kyler Murray did miss Marvin Harrison Jr. That would have been a big play, potential scoring play.
A hell of a line. If they had a quarterback slightly better than Jared Goff, let me tell you.
Who?
The Lions. I'm just saying.
Maybe I missed the first part.
I said they have a really good line, offensive line.
Yeah, exactly.
So if they had a quarterback slightly better than Jared Goff, or maybe one that was maybe more mobile, or
no, I think it's fine. He works in that offense.
I don't know. I just don't like Jared Goff.
There you go. Went for it on 4th down.
Yeah,
that's okay. That you don't have to like him. I mean, he just works. He's just one of those quarterbacks that he seems to work in this offense and this scheme that they put in front of him and they're working with him with. I mean, there's a lot of quarterbacks I don't think you put in the Lions system that's going to be as effective as Goff has been in the 2 seasons he's played with them.
Like who?
Like who? Well, give the Lions Patrick Mahomes, and that's a whole different story. That's like
CJ Stroud.
I mean, that would be probably an upgrade.
Caleb Williams, he got a win today.
No, I don't want that guy. No, keep him away. He can stay in the
line. So it's not like every other quarterback.
Yeah. Well, it's just I do believe though that some quarterbacks just work in some systems and others don't. Like look at Sam Darnold for instance today. Put him in the Jets, bad situation, didn't do so hot. Put him down in Carolina with that bad situation, not doing so hot. He didn't get an opportunity with the 49ers to showcase his abilities, which was, but you set him up the Vikings, and by necessity, he has to play, and he did what some quarterbacks couldn't do today. For example, Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence, like, he didn't get the job done, and Sam Darnold went up there in New York, took care of business, played exception. In the first half, he was 11 for 11 in the first half.
Mm-hmm. Like, I know he had that one like long bomb, man. I think I feel like that's right when I started watching the games.
And so that to me I'm trying to portray a point that like he is in a system that works for him. Like he's in a situation that works for him. For Jared Goff, the Lions worked for him, and he works for the Lions.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about Baker Mayfield, man?
Oh, man. I bet the Browns are pooping and wetting their pants right now, wishing they would have just paid him and kept him around and not
right?
Deshaun Watson.
They would not be in this situation.
Deshaun Watson should not be playing professional football. He doesn't belong in the league anymore. He's garbage. He's not a quarterback. He's not a leader. He's just a name to me. Like, he just shows it, like, playing today against the Cowboys at home. Like, he just –
hot takes.
He didn't dominate in any facet of the game at all today.
Is that a touchdown? Oh.
Well, I mean, that was what, at the 4-yard line? You'd hope your quarterback can make a 4-yard throw for a touchdown.
No, I was talking about the Lions.
What about the Lions?
No, nothing. Kicking a field goal.
Oh, yeah. Goff just overthrew him a little bit. I'm surprised the defensive front for the Rams are starting to get a little pressure on the Lions, and it's kind of fragiling Goff. But David Montgomery's looking really good on the ground.
Shawnee.
He's back
too. All right. Looks like Detroit for a field goal.
Yeah,
Tied it up.
3-3.
Oh, this is an exciting
good matchup.
game.
These are two good teams.
These are two teams, I'll tell you that. No.
What, you don't think they're good?
Oh, they're good.
If we're putting on a scale between Seahawks and Broncos and these guys, I think they're at the higher end of the tier.
No. I'd say Seahawks Broncos was
You take over Rams Lions, you take Seahawks Broncos as a team.
Prime time. As a full team?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying as a team, the Rams
see.
and the Lions are at a higher tier than the Broncos and the Seahawks.
I don't know, man. They have to play. They'd have to play. I'd have to
They
see
both made the playoffs. The other two teams didn't.
You know, that's last year. I'd have to see them this year.
They both have franchise quarterbacks.
He's biased, just like I am with the Steelers. But
Exactly,
we did make
bro.
the playoffs last season.
You sound like a Chiefs fan. You guys win one playoff game, and all of a sudden you're
We won two at
One
home.
playoff game.
I'm talking
We
about
won
the
two
Lions.
at home. 30
The
minutes from a
Steelers
Super
have
Bowl.
the second most Super Bowls.
I'm talking
in
about the
history of
Lions, buddy.
NFL.
Obviously.
He's coming after the Lions. He doesn't have a leg to stand on.
What? I'm saying you sound like a Chiefs fan right now. How many championships have you won?
The second most
4
in the
before the
NFL.
merger.
Oh man, you guys are. I can't with you two right now.
It's
Steelers
okay.
have 6
Bo
Super
Nix looked
Bowls.
like trash today, and you're just mad about it.
No, I'm not. Because he's a rookie on his first game. What would I expect him to look like? Caleb Williams didn't look great.
Yeah, oof.
No, that was. We can talk about that. If you
The
guys
Caleb
want.
Williams truthers are actually quiet today.
Jaden Daniels
was-
looked good, I guess, running 2 touchdowns.
His passing looked a little inconsistent, but his rushing, he made up for it. Like, he was making some bad decisions, but his legs bailed him out a good handful of times there.
That's that young athleticism that can save the day from time to time. But oh man, that's a scary sample size to see. And I mean, as far as rookies go too, we want to get into the whole Marvin Harrison situation.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, did you catch any of that, or were you still out when we were talking about?
No, I didn't catch you guys talking about that at all. But I know that, James Conner looked like the same James Conner of old. Kyler looked great. It was there, but he just wasn't a part of that offense
at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or Trey
What
McBride,
did he
really.
pull, 1.9 fantasy points?
Yeah, on a fantasy level, he didn't goose, but he did not show up. That's for sure.
And it's crazy because they looked so promising in the beginning. You thought he was going to be involved a lot more, and it just never clicked in. You know,
But
what I
that
mean?
was a funny game. I think it caught both teams off guard. Like, I don't think the Bills were expected to be down early to the Cardinals, and I don't think the Cardinals were expecting I think they were expecting it, but they weren't expecting to get that hit hard by the Josh Allen hero ball.
Football's back, man.
Yeah.
All game script into play when it comes to that one, because both teams, it was like, what's Allen doing? Why can't he get anything going? What is the score right now? How is this game going this way? Okay, Murray looks okay, and then all of a sudden, second half, it's like, oh, well, Allen's got 2 rushing now. He's actually passing the ball. Second half looked a lot better on both ends, and we see the Bells take it. But yeah, it was a hard one to see. 'Cause if you think about it, Marvin Harrison, where he was drafted and how he was drafted, I mean, pretty much within the top 10, around the top 10 of wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And if, I don't know, hopefully this is just game one jitters.
Well, I mean,
Game
and
didn't fall for
especially,
the right situation,
especially when
and
you see
he'll
like
be more
what
reliable.
it were they have.
He only had 3 catches
Huh?
with 2 touchdowns.
Oh well, I guess yeah. It was just
He was just more efficient.
But I mean,
I think what
fantasy
happened
wise,
was I think with the Cardinals was I just don't think the game, like, they got off to an early lead and their defense failed them, and then they had to resort to plan B, and that left out Trey McBride and Marvin Harris, which I don't know why. I thought that'd be their primary go-to players, but yeah, just it wasn't in their favor today.
yeah.
The whole tight end situation for the week has been screwball.
Yeah.
Weird.
Isaiah Likely came away okay, but I mean, you got Kelsey at 6 points, McBride with 5.1. You got Kincaid with a couple. You got Njoku left the game hurt. I think he finished.
Oh, he
with 10.
did? Yeah, because I
Yeah.
was wondering what happened there.
Yeah, he went back. He went straight to the locker room. He didn't even go to the tent. He went straight to the locker room.
There's a Kyle Pitts sighting, though.
Juwan Johnson and Taysom Hill
Kyle
ended
Pitts
up
had
having,
a touchdown.
yeah, decent, but not the way you drafted these guys is how they
Yeah.
play. I'll tell you that.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
But week one, like we said, I mean, tight end is one of those positions also that, 1 week you're getting 4 points, the next week you're getting 40. It's just so weird.
So when are you locked in on it though? Like
By week 4.
By week 4, or would it be sooner?
Saw a lot more splits in work than one definitive tight end for each team.
Oh,
Knox was getting work in Buffalo. Kraft was getting work in Green Bay over Musgrave. Even the Steelers tight end Freiermuth, he wasn't getting the work. It was the other guy.
Darnell Washington?
No, I forget his last name. He's in 89. I forget his name, but he was the one that I was hearing called up. And then what else? Who else? Oh yeah, Juwan Johnson, and then Taysom. Yeah, it's just you got a lot more Isaiah Likely over Andrews. I mean, you just got a lot more of a split, and a lot more of the other tight ends getting more work or all the work, as opposed to the guy you drafted. I mean, even what's his name in Kansas City? Is it Gray or
Noah Gray?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I think he got more work than Kelsey.
Yeah, I'm curious though to circle back to the Saints tight ends. Is that offense for real, or is this just a symptom of playing a bad team?
That's the offense that they use pretty much. They use it more when the game script calls for it when they're losing. Mm-hmm. But now they were just coasting, so they just thought, why not, give some people a rest and let them play around that way. But yeah, I mean, they look great. It was awesome. I did not expect that at all. I had that game going the opposite direction.
Well, honestly. I thought it'd be more of an even kind of battle. It got really lopsided and out of hand fast.
It seemed thinking. Like after Shaheed got that big confidence booster for him to start it off, it just kept rolling. Absolutely just kept rolling.
Yeah.
I can't believe the Bears defense, the way that they performed today.
Man, they
bailed out Caleb Williams' performance for sure.
Big time. I mean,
they didn't have an offensive touchdown, right? It was all defense.
Yeah, it was. There was no offensive touchdown. So what I'm saying is, like, if the Bears defense didn't show up, it'd be more of a conversation of how Williams ended up doing than the Bears win as a whole.
Is that a shutout then?
they're going to chalk that up as a win for the whole team. And the whole thing is that they say that no number one draft pick rookie quarterback has ever won his first game. You go back and even to Elway and all that. No rookie number one draft has ever won opening day. And he's the first one, I guess, to do it. I don't know if it's in a really long time or ever.
And I mean, granted, they were playing Will Levis and the Titans, but I mean, is that signs of promise for the Bears though? If they can pull it out with their defense and all they have to do is get their offense to click in, do you see them as being like a contender? Or
no, I mean, for me, no. Like, I don't think that the Titans' offense as a whole is like a slouch. I mean, they got big players on there like Ridley and Hopkins and stuff. I think it just shows that the Chicago's defense can do enough, if not more, to help carry the team along if the offense isn't clicking right away in the early
that's what I mean.
Season.
Because they have so many names on their offense, that they brought in and they revamped their receiving room.
Unreal, man. He killed it from the linebacker position.
Yeah.
He killed me. He's the reason I'm losing so bad.
Yeah, I saw that, Shawnee. I was going to say something to you about that in the chat, man.
Yeah, she ended up getting 66 points out of him.
66 points? We can't do linebackers anymore getting that many points, man.
Yeah.
Hot take.
That's because of the 10-plus tackle bonus.
Yeah, I was thinking we should add 100-point tackle bonus for quarterbacks, but that's
there you go. Yeah, man, they're scoring even more over in our dynasty league. Did you?
I know.
How about so for the Eagles game, that Vaughn, he scored 81 points. He
was all over the field for the Eagles. He was there. I think that was the outside linebacker for the Eagles.
Yeah, he had so many tackles for a loss, QB hits. He
impressed me. That Eagles defense as a whole, traveling internationally after how their season ended last year, they really impressed me how they handled the Packers offense for the most part of that game. They really retooled, and I think the new Vic Fangio system is working for them, and it's doing a lot better off than whatever they had going last year, for sure.
Yeah, Blankenship, Nakobe Dean, the new addition of Bond.
Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean did make a big impact in that game on Friday. I was impressed. Shoring up that back end to go with Gardner Johnson and Slay. It looks like a promising.
Going out with a hand injury.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, Gardner Johnson. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
He busted his left hand. I'm not sure if X-rays came back or anything, but yeah, he exited before the second half started.
Dang.
Yep.
Who else was hurt today? What other injuries were today? Let's look and see.
I didn't really see any big ones. I just know that Waddle got concussed for a little bit, but then he ended up coming back.
I thought it was his back. Waddle.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just on my sleeper notification said was being evaluated for concussion, but then he came back.
And he's out. Eric Kendricks, linebacker for the Cowboys, he went from healthy to questionable. Njoku, like I just said, he went to the locker room hurt.
Which I'm actually happy about. I'm glad there wasn't a lot of big name injuries after week 1 this year.
And Love, obviously, was a big one.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see that his ACL is intact. It's more so an MCL.
Yeah, man. A clean MRI is. I posted the video of his knee popping on that tackle,
that's so
and
disgusting.
It looked so similar, not as extreme, obviously, but like very close to that side pop where you almost think it dislocated. Like pretty much the same thing that happened to Javonte. Pretty much the same thing that happened to Chubb, where they completely blew their whole shit out.
Yeah.
And the fact that he has a clean MRI and just a sprain right now, that boy is young, athletic, and he's got tendons and muscles like rubber bands. And thank God for that, because
and shout out to Jalen Hurts at the end of the game.
To be able to come back by week 5 is going to be such a blessing and such a necessity for the Pack. It's a lot. So I'm just grateful and thankful for him that it's not a serious injury, and
Mhm.
I don't think we've seen any serious injuries
No, not yet.
come through yet. So I'm going to stay grateful for that and thankful for that rolling through this week, the health of all these guys, because week in, week out, we talk about them an awful lot about what they do and how they do it. And we get upset. And, it's their health they're putting on the line. They love to have fun. This is their aim. And the least we can do as we play this game and go through is wish them the best of health and the best of luck, and hope that they don't end up seriously injured. And so I was really
Yeah.
grateful to see that no significant time is going to be missed and no surgeries are necessary. That's always good news.
Yeah.
And for the Packers, it doesn't bode well as far as the team, because you got the Bears winning today, the Vikings winning today, and now they're down their starting quarterback probably for the first month now, so they'll have to weather a storm.
Better early than on the wild card run.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So they'll have to have a test of character at that organization and see what they can do here without their starting quarterback for the next month.
With all the mixing around of positions in that division, that is like, now that I look back at it, like this is probably the closest in competition and like the most slug it out that division's going to be in years. They got
that's cool.
Pretty good, moves all the way around, and it's just going to be fun to watch divisional games within that division.
Mm-hmm. And watch as they grow. All those, I mean, each one of all four of your teams in your division, you guys have Jordan Love. I guess he's like a 3 or 4 year quarterback. But other than that, you guys are all young in that division, all across the board. It is going to be exciting.
Well, that's the longevity. Yeah, except for at the running back position, you got Jacobs, you got Jones. But
you do running backs come and go.
Rookies in the wings, but
Stafford's get his ankle taped up after the last drive.
Stafford's been in and out these past few weeks, I feel like.
Oh my God.
There we go.
Jameson Williams for 40 yards.
Jameson Williams, I knew this is going to be his season, man.
It's coming.
It's his year.
Kyron?
No, Jameson Williams.
Oh, I see it. I'm watching it. I'm behind. That was nice.
So, I guess not to jump off
on
this.
Him. Oh man, he just snapped all over the sideline of the Rams, making people spill drinks and drop cameras and shit. That was rude as hell.
I got a question for y'all. So, would you rather?
Shit! Oh.
Would you rather have the yards or would you rather have the touchdowns?
In what
tutties?
Like,
you'd rather have yards or would you rather have touchdowns if you're a wide receiver?
Like end of season totals or
right now, today in your game you're playing, what do you want?
Touchdowns. I want the points. I want to help my team win the game.
Okay, because we got Nico Collins with 6 receptions for 117 yards, no touchdowns. And we got Stephon Diggs, 6 receptions, 33 yards, 2 touchdowns.
All right, I can rebuttal this because I watched that game through and through every snap.
Okay.
That was Nico Collins' offense with Stroud. He was doing the dirty work. He was getting the yards. He was extending the drives for the Texans to keep those chains moving.
Yeah, those were like 2-yard touchdown passes today.
of Stephon Diggs getting the touchdowns was essentially him just being the benefactor of the team play up to that point, because he was virtually gone out of the offense until he got in the goal line.
So I'm saying, which are you taking?
Nico Collins was a bigger
as a
I guess the touchdowns matter.
As a fantasy owner, which one did you want? Which one would you want? Which one are you hoping for?
Personally, I have all 3 in different leagues, so I have shares all over. So
yeah, me too. I have Diggs in fantasy, Collins in foosball, and Dell on that bench. I mean, I got
it's
love for all of them.
But for that game, though, that was just the benefit of Diggs getting what was given to him to put him in those positions to score touchdowns, because he wasn't running deep fly routes. He was just going over the cross or short routes, and they were sending Dell and Nico flying out deep. So I think it was a beneficial. It's like the best case scenario for both players. You got the yards for
Is that
Nico
Jameson Williams down?
What?
I don't see nobody down.
Williams is down.
Who's down?
I don't see it. They just cut into a
nobody
commercial.
Oh no! He got
Laporta
his
better
knee
give me
stuck
some
under.
freaking points, though. I tell you
Hey,
what,
it's
Laporta
coming,
don't give me
just
points. I'm
patience.
cutting him. I had a pep talk with him before the game. I told him I can't risk it. I got.
But I know it's counterintuitive. Who I said you want touchdowns to help win you the games and such, but like the yardage that Nico was picking up during that game really helped the offense get to a position where his other teammates could score touchdowns.
I hope it stays how it is, because if Collins can score the fantasy points he did getting the yards, and Diggs can stay fantasy relevant with the touchdowns, then we got 2 wide receivers on one team that are going to help your fantasy squad.
Because I feel like the yards that Nico got canceled out the touchdowns that.
Well, yeah,
Diggs
he
got.
had he had over 100 yards. I mean, anytime you get over 100 yards as a receiver, that's great. And less than 10 receptions, your yards per whatever your averages are amazing. So yeah, you're killing it for sure.
Because if we're talking fantasy, I'm happy with both those performances if I have them on my team.
True.
I think Diggs ended up with what, 21 point something, and Collins ended up with like 17 point something. Or
let me see. Looking at foosball,
Diggs ended up with like 21.2, I think, or something.
Diggs had 21.9, and then
Collins is at like 19.1.
Let's see, Collins. Kashani has Collins. Has 17.7.
17.7. Okay.
Trying to make yourself sound better, buddy. You got less.
I guess in a fantasy aspect, that's fine because it's really how you want to play it. Like volume is king or touchdowns for rings. Like.
And how did Stroud end up out of that? Did he have a 20-point day?
Let me see what he had. I'm looking at Tank Dell
a couple times, and he got sacked a few times.
Tank Dell was, I feel like, the odd man out in this one.
He had a couple balls deep to him that they just missed on. He could have had a couple 40, 50-yard catches, but they just missed by a step or two.
I meant Joe Montana.
I think Mixon and Barkley are probably up there in the top of the running backs for the week as far as fantasy points go.
CJ Stroud was 32. He was 24-32 for 234 yards and 2 tutties. He had 4 rushing attempts for 13 yards.
But he also had a couple interceptions.
Fantasy point.
Did he?
Oh, we're still talking. I just had to switch gears. I thought we were talking NFL.
Wait, what's the difference?
I'm trying to figure out.
He didn't have any interceptions today.
For the entire Texan squad as a whole.
CJ Stroud had 18.66 fantasy points. So he's just slightly below 20.
He did better than Mahomes and Burrow.
No, did he? No. Mahomes had 4 tutties. I'm sorry, I'm talking about Baker. I'm talking about Baker Mayfield, my bad.
Yeah, Mahomes ended up with 16 fantasy points, bro.
I was gonna say, is Mahomes a second tier? Is he not he's not the top 5 in fantasy, right?
No, he had last year he wasn't. I kept telling everybody who keeps drafting him first is that
I got him. I drafted him this year. He got 16.1 points.
Yeah, this is the year of Richardson and
touchdown Detroit. Oh, why would you run it? I don't know. That was a good play, but a stupid play call, in my opinion. I don't know. If that were me playing Madden,
that drive,
huh?
Did the Lions end up scoring in that drive?
No.
I don't know. I'm on a delay, I guess. I'm still they're at the 6-yard line where I'm at.
Yeah, they're short. Wait, what drive are we on? What drive are you on, Shawnee? You might be ahead of us.
No,
I don't even know. Let me see if I can pull it up.
No, my games are always behind. Hi, baby girl. Honey, mommy's probably not going to be home until bedtime, so just get over it, okay? Let's see. Who else can we talk about? Let's talk about Saquon Barkley and the monster 3 tutties that he had helping out Philly and getting all that done, because A.J. Brown got it done as well, and so did Devontae Smith. So we're looking at Philly, and I mean, I even have Jalen doing okay, but A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Saquon Barkley all had phenomenal days.
Man.
And I look at that as very sustainable. And I am definitely behind those guys 100% going forward.
Yeah. No, oh, man. That was impressive for sure.
Yeah, it was awesome to watch. Absolutely. And then I am one of those guys in Dynasty. I had Caleb Williams and Love over the offseason, and I got offered Lamar for them, and I took it. And now Mando's got Love and Williams to deal with, and I got Lamar, who got 29 points this week with Baltimore and looking good.
Hey.
So I'm happy about. Oh, who was that?
Whoa, are you able to put that up?
It's up.
Can y'all hear this?
San Francisco liked him. Made an offer on him.
Can you hear it?
Matched that offer.
Yes.
Back here with the Lions.
Let's see how long we keep it on before they kick us off. No.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you're gonna. There's a lot of streamers I watch are able to like talk
Was that
about
Wright
it.
or Laporta that scored?
Yeah.
No one scored yet, at least from what I'm watching.
I'm not gonna put that up. I don't want the NFL coming. I mean, but I feel like I paid for the broadcast, but yeah, whatever it is. Whatever.
Yeah, I understand your logic. To just, I don't know if the NFL sees it that way.
Yeah.
Or YouTube, for that matter.
Yeah, no. Especially since we've been having that whole thing, that UFC crap going on.
Is it still going on?
Well, I mean, every once in a while I'll see it pop up. Literally, like every once. It's weird. But continuing. Cause yeah, it happened when I didn't do the intro either, so I don't know what it is. Maybe I just said their name or something.
They're just jealous.
But passing leaders, so we got Tua, my man Big Tua, coming in at number 1 on the passing leaders, which is weird, right? Because it felt like they were dull, but I mean they won, but I don't know, whatever. So we got Tua, 338 yards, Patty Mahomes, 291 yards. Baker Mayfield, 289 yards. Jalen Hurts, 278 yards. Lamar Jackson, 273. And Jordan Love, 260. Sounds about right? See, that list is right there. I mean, Sean, you said Patty wasn't a top 5 quarterback.
Who?
Pat Mahomes.
With 16 points. Dude, that's passing yards. That
True.
Does not make him a top. What are you talking about, bro? He had 16 fantasy points.
I guess he did have the 1 interception. I guess he didn't have a fumble.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the overall. I just know that he finished with 16 fantasy points, and that's not quarterback 1 material.
Okay. Let's see. Who are the top quarterback scorers in fantasy? What are the top quarterback scorers?
Lamar, Anthony Richardson.
Let's see. Leaders, quarterback. Lamar, 25.1 points. And this is off our foosball league. So it may be, I feel like it's pretty similar across the boards. It's not too crazy.
Yeah.
But this is I guess is this a standard league?
No, it's PPR, but yeah, it's pretty much it's PPR scoring, but yeah.
Yeah. And then we got a linebacker in there, so you got crazy points. But anyway,
there's no bonus points for like combined yards over 200, anything like that. It just goes by the regular scoring.
Yeah. So I mean, we got Lamar at number 1, 25 points. What just happened?
Richardson at 36 points today.
Huh?
Richardson at 36 points today.
Well, why is Sleeper telling me wrong? I'm just pulling up what I have. Hold on. Let me get it right, and then we get in it.
Type fantasy quarterback leaders. Week 1.
Well, I feel like Richardson didn't. He had 27. He had 27.8 in our league.
And I know Allen was up there too.
Yeah, it's weird that it's not showing like every
Allen had like
quarterback on my
29 in our
list.
foosball league. 30.
Oh wait, hold on. I think I know why.
That looks like
Oh,
a
this is the wrong
touchdown.
one. Anyway, let me pull it up. So fantasy foosball.
Yeah, Allen had 31.18.
I thought they looked dull.
It's because he had 2 rushing touchdowns.
Oh, yeah. Them legs coming through clutch.
Dude, my sleeper app is too slow.
Yeah, hold on. I think
Allen 31.38. I know Richardson in my best ball league was at like 36.6. I know Lamar only had 29 in my league because I got bonuses, so he was at like 25. Who else had a really good game? Quarterback wise, I know Tua had a good game, but Hill went off, so that's no surprise. Oh, Baker Mayfield had like 29 points.
yeah.
Which
I guess
is
I can
awesome to
just
see.
do that, go that route. I don't know what's up with my sleeper. Maybe if I close it, open it back up. Turn it off, turn it back on again. Maybe it'll come through right. Well, I mean, guys been rocking with us for a minute, and it's cool and all. We go in and out. I think it's a good time to go ahead and throw up a little Shady Sports promo.
Boy, that's the story of my life. No respect. No respect.
Right. Got to change it up. We got to take that Manscaped promo off. We didn't get enough members signing up. We actually got 0 people signed up on the Manscaped. So that's okay. We'll come back when we get more people tuned in, more you guys. I feel like we've been getting some dedicated viewers that have been chilling with us, like Philly Mike, and then forget who it was last Tuesday. I guess
Reese?
Reese. Yeah. So yeah,
There was one more, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah. But you guys, thanks for chilling.
Touchdown.
I'm not even watching it. Hold on. Who scored?
Jameer Gibbs at the goal line. They had it under review.
Oh,
let me get my points.
Hey, I just got a thing that says Puka is questionable knee injury.
Yeah, because he's soft.
Of course. Let me get my points from Gibbs, though. Everybody, why'd you draft
Puka
Gibbs?
got hurt, not Williams.
Gibbs,
is that Gibbs?
Gibbs scored a touchdown at the goal line under review.
Gibbs
they changed
touchdown?
the call and gave him the touchdown.
There you go.
And then, Stafford got his ankle taped up, and Nakua is suffering knee problems.
He hurt.
And
all right, I'm going to go play his promo real quick, guys.
Oh, it was a non-contact injury, too. He just slid to the ground.
Yeah, I'm going to run this promo. We watch these replays. We'll get back to it, guys.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, where's Johnny go? We'll see. Anyway,
he's in and out of here.
Yeah, it's understandable. I figured I want to look at this though. We'll go back to your PPR rankings, right? So we got your tier 1, C-Mac, Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra, who's playing right now, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson. Out of those guys, I mean, what are your thoughts on how those guys look today? I mean, obviously we got St. Brown still playing, so it's still up in the air on how he's gonna go, but I mean, he's looking positive right now, right? So
for the most part, yeah. I mean, the only one like Amon-Ra right now has only got a catch or two, but that's more or less the game plan. Is the Lions are trying to run the ball and establish the run, so that's the only one that's probably the most questionable part. But I saw that coming out of Tyreek Hill having a big game, other than the stupid stuff before the game, which is irrelevant to football. But
but still, I think he's still.
Yeah, he showed up. He balled out.
Yeah.
He punished the defense, and then Justin Jefferson did great with Darnold. He took what was given to him, and he made the most of the opportunities that he had. He's literally quarterback proof.
Quarterback proof. So I mean, yeah, I think that really stood the part. Yeah, we have yet to see, C-Mac.
Yeah, because we haven't seen.
He'll play tomorrow. CeeDee Lamb, how did he look?
I didn't see that game at all.
I didn't even see the Dallas game. Let me see if I can pull
if you could pull up the stats. Like, I didn't see or hear or get any notifications on a big play or a touchdown.
Well, I chose to kind of stay away from CeeDee Lamb. I don't know. That was my personal opinion.
I did too. I don't have any shares of CeeDee Lamb on my teams.
Yeah. So let me see if I can update this here. I'll just pull it up. So CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, because I mean they won and pretty decisive.
I mean, it was pretty It was done in the first half. They just played out the second half of formality.
No, he had 13.6 points.
I mean, that's not bad though. I mean, you want to get about 20 points from your stud wide receiver, but at least he's in double. He could have pulled a DK or a Chris Olave and pretty much goosed.
Well, it's because he had 3 rushing attempts for 25 yards. So,
that helps.
I imagine that was probably some end arounds. I feel like we saw quite a bit of end arounds this weekend. It's going to be cool to see how that changes things as far as like the waiver wire going forward.
A lot of jet sweeps. That was pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty fun too. I like when teams switch up their playbooks, introduce new calls, or just switch things up.
Yeah, so I feel like you're seeing a lot of extra plays, extra yards.
Makes it mysterious. You don't know what to expect. Like, it can always happen. And then usually from what we saw with those end arounds is they gash defenses because I don't think they were genuinely expecting that would happen.
Nah, wait. They'll be ready for them next time, right? But how do you prepare for it? You're looking ahead. What do you guys think? Like, what are your thoughts? What was your top play from this weekend? Again, you're watching Mile High Bandwagon on Shady Sports Network. Your bus driver Cedric Green. I got Justin in here with me. Shawnee's in and out. He'll be back here shortly. But either way, we're talking about the games. We're watching this Lions Rams game. Lions are up 10-3 right now. Rams are driving on their own 40. Like Justin said earlier, Matthew Stafford had his legs. He was getting his left ankle, I believe it was, taped up. And then Puka, there was something about Puka.
He had a left knee tweak or whatever. The play he came down and roughing the passer.
He's questionable to return. On
the play he went to do a cut in route on a slant and he dropped down after the grab and touched his knee. He wasn't contacted at all, so that's scary to think of. I think he'll be fine, but
you think we'll see the cup of whoa, that was a hit right there. Okay, so maybe it's gonna be something affecting on Matthew Stafford if he already got his leg taped up and look at him pointing at it.
Yeah.
That was a flag? Of course, I guess Charmin soft, right? So I mean, we're still waiting to see C-Mac, so we'll see how he does, Christian McCaffrey. But Tyreek Hill,
I think he'll hold up. I mean, that Jets defense is scary, but I wouldn't say
scary.
McCaffrey is matchup proof, but I think that offensive line will help him out, and Brock Purdy will find him opportunities to best showcase his talents. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're waiting and relying on McCaffrey to win your weeks, I think it's a strong possibility he'll show up for you.
Okay.
Nakua is not on the field right now, and they're driving on the 20-yard line.
Helmet off, sitting on the sideline, looking like a sad person.
Looking like a potato.
Oh, Justin said it. I didn't say it. Hot take, guys. Puka looks like a potato. All right, here we go.
He was looking sad there, just sitting on the sidelines.
Oh, what was that? Some Patty Mahomes flair? A little pitch out to Kyron. Is that Kyron Williams? We're not doing a play-by-play, guys. We're just watching the game, just to let you know. So, don't think that we're doing a really bad play-by-play and color analysis and analyzing or analyst or whatever it is.
Yeah,
we're just watching the game while we happen to be talking to you guys because we're trying to do Sunday nights, and I guess that's when they do games too in this NFL, which is what we cover. So it works. It goes.
Well, I
hand in
mean, if it
hand.
wasn't the Lions game, I'd be more. I wouldn't have it on watching it. I would.
Right. Maybe
so.
unless it was like a good game, right?
No, I wouldn't do that to you guys. It just
I would
my Lions.
probably still have the game on. I mean, I think we're still going to probably have games on while we're doing the show on Sunday nights. I think that's cool. I want to connect in with you guys. Would like please chime in
if you guys are watching your teams, we want to
watching. Mm-hmm. Philly Mike, what do you think about this game so far? I mean, it looks like the Rams are driving. No Puka, but they're still headed. They're right there in the red zone, getting ready to tie it up. Maybe, right? 2nd and 2.
Let's hope not.
Oh, first down. Cooper Kupp, man. Mr. Reliable. Yeah. Mr. Hands.
Everyone who doubted him.
He might have been hurt once, but he ain't hurt no more, right?
No, he's healthy. He's doing breakfast with Stafford still. He's good. He's fine.
So then, we got your tier 2. Breece Hall, Bijan Robinson, Garrett Wilson, A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase, Jahmyr Gibbs. So we saw go ahead.
I think Chase is the one who disappointed me most out of that next tier, and then it would be Bijan after that.
Yeah, well, Bijan, I feel like it's to be expected. Like, right? Like, we're like, oh, they got a different play caller. They're going to be a different team. It looked
he's
like
starting to turn into something that we don't want him to be and what we didn't expect him to be. I don't know if it's just he's not fitting in that system or what, but Falcons need to figure it out because they're wasting talent.
How come the Ravens didn't use Derrick Henry as much as they should have?
That baffled me. That kind of seemed like he was on a little bit of a pitch count, which was weird. I saw too much of Justice Hill. I mean, I don't know if they were trying to catch the Chiefs sleeping with like a smaller, faster back, but.
Do you think maybe it's a case they're trying to make it to the playoffs with him and Lamar, knowing both their
yes? Sorry.
Oh, interception.
Yeah, boy.
Okay.
Got him.
Okay.
Told you this ain't the same defense. This ain't the same secondary as last year.
What is that commercial that Matthew Stafford does? Some janky ass commercial. And him and his wife, I forget what it is. It's so funny. But yeah, no.
What about his wife?
They have a commercial out. Yeah, so we haven't seen Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall yet. But we saw A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown impressed. That was really good. I'm really excited to see how Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall go up against this Niners defense on the road. I'm just a believer in the Jets offense. I think it's going to pop, and it's going to force Christian McCaffrey to outperform them, so he'll do good too. So I hope the defenses hold their water, but I could see McCaffrey doing his thing, and then Breece and Wilson counter-punching, and then McCaffrey doing his thing, and then Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson doing theirs. I feel like that's what I would hope, because I want to see points. I want to see scoring, but I mean, whoever does really well tomorrow night it says a lot because they're going up against a difficult defense, both guys on the other end. So, I don't know. If it was me, I think that Breece Hall is going to do better than CMC, but
no, Breece Hall, I don't think is going to do better than CMC, but he could. You're right, because they could come out Aaron Rodgers guns ablazing. While he is not young, he could still have that spark in the first quarter, right? He could want to come out hot. Or he could want to come out conservative because he doesn't want to get hurt.
Exactly. That's why I could see them just feeding Breece. It's going to be a good game regardless. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
What are you looking most forward to in the Niners-Jets game? Like, what do you want to see the thing most to happen?
I think what I'm looking forward to is to see how those defenses function, right? To see if they're turning it over. Because, I mean, honestly, man, in my opinion, I said this last year at the beginning of the season. I wanted to see what the Jets are going to do, and they had to prove it to me a full season, right? And, they didn't do anything because their quarterback was hurt, but they proved it to me. They were looking good. The Jets were leading their division halfway through the season. I think they were even leading the AFC at one point with Zach Wilson as a quarterback. So I feel like if Aaron Rodgers comes out and looks on plays like maybe we saw, CJ Stroud playing today, or, even honestly, Jared Goff playing right now,
And Tua.
and Tua. If Aaron Rodgers comes out there slanging it like one of those guys, then
Just sending
man,
Wilson deep.
the Jets could be deadly. They could be a deadly team, but you know what? If Aaron Rodgers comes out there and he looks like Patty Mahomes, or he comes out and he looks like who else was subpar? I mean,
Like Purdy last year?
like Purdy last year. If he just comes out and looks subpar, if he comes out and looks scared, timid, whatever it may be, and he's not connecting with Garrett Wilson, they're off. He's overthrowing them. He's underthrowing them. That running game is not going to get going. That San Francisco defense gonna step up, and those guys are gonna feast. They're gonna feast. So, and I think it really does come down to how Aaron Rodgers plays more so on the Jets, because their defense is going to show up. But I want to see how both the defenses look, because
Yeah.
it is going
Like
to be
honestly, like I get for fantasy, people want to see points and stuff, but like on an NFL level, I want to see how competitive these defenses are against these high-powered offensive weapons.
And they both have high-powered offensive weapons, right? Garrett Wilson's still a standout amongst a minefield, right? Like you're not the Jets. No one's thinking of the Jets doing anything, but you still know who Garrett Wilson is. You still know who who is it? CJ Gardner-Johnson. Who's their cornerback? Is it CJ?
Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner. He's up for a contract year, so it's gonna be interesting to see how he plays against. Who's he gonna cover? Is he gonna cover Debo? Is he gonna cover Ayuk?
I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna cover Ayuk.
Maybe. Is he gonna stay on one side of the field? I mean, are they gonna play zone?
Yeah.
Aren't the Jets his own team? They play. They don't travel.
Well, that's
really
exciting to me. Is like I don't remember where the Jets defense, how they lined up against offenses. So that's what I'm gonna be most focused on seeing is how each defense lines up and guarding these weapons that they have on other sides of the ball. Like I don't think it's gonna be a high turnover game, but I think it's just gonna be a really hard yardage to get kind of a game. I think big plays are what's gonna break it, but I don't see many big plays happening if these defenses hold up to their expectations and the reputations they have from last season of how well they did.
Yeah, because shoot, man, I expect to see some fireworks fly in that game. And it's funny to say because it's the Jets, but it's just like you expect them to be different. You expected them to be
I hope so, because anything on offense would be better after what we saw last year. They had no quarterback, essentially. They had Brees doing superhuman things, and they had Garrett Wilson trying to salvage a season with whatever person they had throwing him the ball.
So now with an established quarterback, that should add in those gaps, right? That should fill in those gaps, and that should open it up a bit more, because now Brees Hall isn't running out of desperation. Now he's running out of scheme. They're playing to their script. So I think they got a chance to do some.
Is Trent Williams still holding out for the 49ers? Or I'm assuming he's expected to play.
Let me see. I thought everybody was paid. Didn't Dak just get paid?
Who?
Dak
did 4 hours before the game time.
He did?
Yep. He got paid before the game.
Trent Williams is still holding out.
Okay, so is he expected to play, you think, or?
Let's see this. The New York Times. What I'm hearing about Trent Williams holdout. Let's see what they say. I'm just clicking on it, so hopefully get something good. Whoa. New York Times is like, nah, homie. So. Oh, wait. Did they get the deal done?
I haven't followed it at all, so I don't know.
Yo, y'all watching? Did they get the deal done? Let us know, man.
Yeah, please keep us in check.
Oh yeah, I think he got the deal done. Yeah, they got a deal done. So they have the 7 highest paid players at their position.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess they got money.
Let's see. Nick Bosa, $34 million, first at his position. Brandon
Wow.
Ayuk, $30 million, tied for fifth. Trent Williams, $27.5 million.
It's a lot of money.
Third. Deebo Samuel, 23.85. 14th. Dang. Jason Hargrave, 21 million. 11. Fred Warner, 19.045 million. Second at his position. C-Mac, 19 million. First at his position. George Kittle, 15 million. Third.
Damn.
Kyle
That's an
Juszczyk.
expensive.
That's an expensive offense. Man, that's an expensive team. Offense
Yeah.
and defense. I mean, shoot, Nick Bosa's at 34 million. He's the highest. He has to be the highest paid player in their team. And Brock Purdy, 934,000, 79th. But they're about to pay him too. So yeah.
Dude, those Niners, like, do they have more money than the Broncos ownership? Because that's a lot of money.
Right. Well, I mean, the Broncos just don't have the players to pay that much because they're paying all that money to Wilson, right?
Okay. Yeah.
No, but
I remember you saying that the Broncos ownership has a lot of money. And then I'm just comparing what you just listed off of the Niners. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, that's Silicon Valley though. They have Silicon Valley, man.
They just print money.
I don't know. Maybe they just spend money differently over there. It works differently somehow. It works out the numbers, like But at the same time, too, though, I mean, going back to it, you look back at that. Hold on, let me pull it up again. Nick Bosa, they drafted.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Ayuk, they drafted. Deebo Samuel, they drafted. Jason. So, like, the majority of this list, besides like Christian McCaffrey, did they draft Trent Williams?
No,
right?
I don't think so. He's been in the league so long, I kind of lost track.
Yeah, see, so yeah, they drafted him in 20.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, see, I didn't remember that.
They traded 2 draft picks for him. Oh, wait, no, they traded 2 draft. Well, I'm all messed up. I don't care. That's not listening to me. No. He was drafted in the 2010 draft, 4th pick.
He old.
Yeah. Anyway, the majority of that list, though, they drafted, though. That's the thing. Like, you got that homegrown talent. You can afford to do that. You can pay them. You can keep paying them when you know who they are. You can't just keep paying to bring people in.
Do we want to circle to your team here and talk about the game, or
no? We're not. So we don't need to talk about that, right? I mean, it happened. Broncos lost.
But
but I thought like they came out both teams, both offenses came out a little bit unsure of themselves. Felt like no one knew what was going on in the beginning. Bo Nix was just slinging it all over the place. Mm-hmm. It was definitely his first game for sure, right?
Yeah, it looked a little too much gunslingery. Like I feel like he needed to reel it in a little bit, and he kind of did in the second half.
Yeah,
like it started to like come down a little bit.
I mean, midway through the third, he started to calm down finally.
Yeah,
I saw like zipping.
Like I definitely think that the Broncos offense looked better than the Seahawks did at first, half.
But I feel like the Seahawks offense clicked in a lot sooner than the Broncos offense.
Yeah,
that was the difference. Like Geno clicked in a lot sooner than Bo Nix did. So that's just what carried them over.
That touchdown run he had was kind of just like the Geno Smith touchdown run. It was just kind of like a breakdown of the defense. Like I don't think
that's kind of the problem with the Broncos, though. They just have like kind of those lapses that you can't have when you have that young of a team.
Because like their lapses today caused touchdowns or resulted in touchdowns, and you can't have that in this league.
No, like it's different if it results in like like a couple
Like
yards,
20
or
or 30.
maybe
Like
even
if it was
first
just a
down.
30-yard run, okay. You didn't get killed on it, but like it resulted in a touchdown. So, oops.
Yeah. So
I
that
don't
was the
know
thing
who the
about
Broncos
it.
play next week. I think they'll recover well. I think they'll take this one on their chin and Bo Nix, and then we'll come back stronger next week.
They play the Steelers with Shawnee.
Ooh, big game. You and Shawnee.
Steelers 1-0. Justin Fields looking sharp out there, bro. Like in that first. Oh,
But
man.
until they come to Mile High, is it in Denver or is it in Pittsburgh?
It's in Denver.
Oh, you think Steelers are going to take them in Denver?
No, not at all.
No, yeah.
And you see Russ is hurt. Russ probably won't even play, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, he's scared. He ain't coming back and playing.
He's scared.
Not in Denver.
He's scared. But what I'm saying is, though, the Broncos, our defense looks pretty good.
Yeah, like I said,
Aside
there's
from
always those
like
it was just those lapses that resulted in touchdowns. Other than that, like what was it? Only 26-20 was the final score?
Yeah, man. Well,
Like-
but that's the thing too, though. Like, we had the chance to put that game away a couple times.
Yes.
In the first quarter, based off our defense in the first quarter, and the offense just wasn't carrying it. So it was like super, super frustrating to see that happen. And
Javonte
then,
surprised me. He didn't look like he did in preseason.
Javonte had 24 yards, bro.
Yeah, like that's not okay.
I mean, Jalil had I think it was 30.
Did they evenly split towards the other? Like, did they each have like 10 carries?
Let me see.
That's what. It felt like when the game got out of hand, they went to Jaleel McLaughlin over.
Jalil had 10. Javonte had 8.
Wow.
Yeah. Jalil had 27 yards. Javonte had 23 rushing. So it was even less than what I thought. Like,
damn, that's gonna change the game too against the Steelers. You guys got to run the ball on them. Like that's how you're gonna win.
35 rushing yards. Bo Nix led the team in rushing.
Damn, that's impressive.
But 2 interceptions, though, right? Are you happy about the 2 interceptions? Should those have happened in preseason? We should have seen his plays, right? In preseason, right?
Yeah.
We should have seen him look at the pressure and be able to go up against the pressure in preseason instead of now.
Playing the Seahawks, though, in Seattle is a different monster. I mean, they just have this weird effect up there that it's hard for teams to adjust and play in. Like, maybe
no wide
it's
receivers
one-off.
or what?
Huh?
Philly Mike says Bo Nix looks awful.
I mean, it didn't look good comparatively to the preseason. He looked pretty good in the preseason. Today's game, he looked back to earth, kind of like a rookie. He looked like a rookie today.
Devon Vele, second on the team in receiving yards.
Dang, and I think I read he was 8 for 8.
He led the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
He led the team in catches.
He's a big target. He's what, 6'5"? Like he's a big guy.
Dang, that's a so far a boom, right? Because they drafted him in what, like
he was gone for 2 years. I read for a Mormon mission or something.
Oh yeah, so he is a little older. That's what it was. That's why he dropped, because he's like older.
But still, though, he that's a good, promising offensive weapon they got there. They should utilize him next game too, with his size and ability.
6'5", 210 pounds. Them's tight end sizes. Boy.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's go. Rookie.
I think he was the reason too why they were okay giving cutting ties with Tim Patrick to keep him on the roster.
Well, I thought it was because of what's his name?
Was it Mims?
Went to school. No, what's his name that went to school with Bo Nix?
Oh, Troy Franklin, which I saw that he was reported out early on before the game started today. I was like, what's up with that?
I don't know. Dang. Man, what's the stats in this game? Let me see what these players are getting me. Hold on now.
It's a very defensively led game. Like, this is two stout defenses playing well.
Yeah, Jamar Gibbs, he got that touchdown, or Jameer Gibbs, he got that touchdown, and it kind of stalled since then. since he got that. Let me see these other geese. These other geese. Who else do you have? Oh, I guess you got all of them on your team, right? You can find them.
Yeah, I got Amon-Ra St. Brown trying to save my team, and oh, you guys, come on.
Yeah.
They could have had the Rams down at the 2-yard line, and they freaking come in like penguins on ice, and they kick the ball in the end zone.
Yeah. Well, man, let me let you finish out this game. It's a pretty exciting game so far. I think it's a pretty good show. I don't know if Shawnee's coming back. I didn't see any messages from him in Sleeper, so I think it's been a pretty good show. What do you guys think out there rocking with this?
Yeah.
I see all these people tuning in. Who are you? Let us know who you are.
Yeah, what are you guys looking forward to next week or Monday night's game?
Exactly. Where are you going to be watching the Broncos game at?
Well, I'll be at home.
I'll be at home too, hopefully.
Oh, you're not going to the home opener?
No.
Damn.
Yeah, no. Not this year. But
that's all good though.
I'll support him in spirit.
Yeah.
Plus, I got to do my shows, man. I got to do my pregame show.
Yep.
I got to do this show. I got a couple other shows. So, I mean, it's just really hard to get.
You're in demand and busy.
Yeah, but I'm trying to talk about them a little bit more because once I get that press pass, then I'll be back. I'll be over there getting some interviews and stuff, getting some footage for us. So once I get that built up, exactly. So like we got to get our talk on about these teams. The Broncos, the Lions, the Steelers. These teams that we cover and that we have interest in. Honestly, so we can cover them more in depth. And get a little bit more behind the scenes that you couldn't normally get, so we can give you guys a little bit more access. So keep pushing us, guys. Like tag it, Mile High Bandwagon, Fantasy Football Reports, Shady Sports Fantasy Football Reports. That's on every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Mile High Bandwagon is on every Sunday night, like tonight, at 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. We're trying to keep it consistent, so you guys just tune in with us. All you gotta do is turn it on and just press go, man. We'll get you going. You got any information? We want to talk fantasy football. You want to talk NFL. You just want to talk football, stats, whatever it may be. I guarantee you we got you. And we got somebody with the information on it. I promise that. So it's always a pleasure, man. I mean, with you guys tuning in. Thanks for joining us again, as always. Find us on all the social medias. Shady Sports Fantasy Football Reports or Mile High Bandwagon. You can find Justin. You can find me. You can find Shawnee. At 303 Bandwagon, you can see all of our footage, our shorts as well too. So that'll be on TikTok, X, Instagram, all over the place. So yeah, I mean, thank you guys. Like I said, it's great to see how much people like to tune into this stuff.
Is this show on the Facebook group, or is it just the other show?
Well, I'll put this show. I'll be posting the show on the Facebook group. I gotta figure out how to get the live show because I don't think the live show streaming on the groups yet. I don't know how to put it. I'll get it figured out. I'll get it figured out on the group. But either way,
Nakua just went back into the tunnel in the locker room.
Yeah, I guess my footage is behind you because I see him getting on the cart right now.
Nakua's listed out for the rest of the game.
Nah, man.
Wow, that hurts the Rams offense.
Does it?
A lot. Yeah, he spreads the field out for Cooper Kupp to get better open looks. Wow. And for people who drafted him in fantasy as high as they did.
In the second or third round.
No, I saw some people take him at the end of the first, early second.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, that's
so.
All right. Well,
anyways, we should let you go and get sent some food.
Yeah. Get some food or whatever it may be. Get some football. This game, you still got like a whole another half left. So I'll get back to it, guys. Tune in. You can catch all these games too. We got play-by-play games going on. We got college football predictions. We got indoor football talk as always. Outdoor football, arena football. We got all the football that you could ever want, honestly. So if you want to talk football, come and talk football with us. Hit us up. Get in the chats. Let us know if you want to join us on the live link. We'll get you in here, get the round table going.
Yeah, we're not scary. We want to talk with you guys. We want to bounce ideas off.
Right? We're just talking to ourselves right now. Like, it's kind of, I mean, it's cool. It's fun. I mean, I don't mind it.
Hey,
but
I love doing it. Don't get me wrong, but I would love to hear from you guys. I want to see you guys. I want to talk what you guys got with your teams and what you feel about the NFL or what your NFL teams are doing.
Yep. Oh,
and
man.
most importantly, please like, share, follow, subscribe, and get the word out. If you like what you see, what you hear, what you get on replay and whatnot, spread that out to other people. Get that good word out. We're here to help you. We're here to inform you. We're also here to enjoy football with you, whether it's fantasy or your NFL teams. We're here to just enjoy the sport and enjoy each other who also like the sport.
Yep. Like he said. So, I mean, tune in with us every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here in Shady Sports. Every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, we got your fantasy football teams on lock. So, we're ready to get that information out to you and get you what you need. So, let us know. Other than that, it's been real. You got anything else, Justin?
No, that's all good. I mean, I hope the rest of the game goes the Lions' way and they win. And I hope for all you guys' fantasy lineups, you go good, you get a win. And then for your NFL teams, I hope your teams won today. If not, we'll go get them next week.
There we go. Real quick prediction on this Lions game. Score prediction.
I think it's going to be 23-17 Lions.
23-17 Lions. Okay.
That's on the high end of it. The way these defenses are looking, I don't know if he'll get to that many points, but here's the hoping. I just want to see the Lions win.
What do you think about next week's Thursday night game, Bills-Dolphins?
Bills, maybe, but they start off slow. I'll go Dolphins. Dolphins just look like they were playing around with the Jaguars.
We'll see. I mean, it's crazy. We'll see. It's going to be a good game, though. There's some good Thursday night games, man, so far. Last Thursday night was good. This Thursday night is going to be good. I'm anxious to see how it turns out. I'll say Dolphins because they're at home by 3.
Oh, they are at home? Well, yeah, then I'll take the Dolphins.
Yeah.
For sure.
There we go. So you said 23-17 on this game?
Yeah.
Lions and then Dolphins next Thursday. So
I don't know what the score is for that one yet, but
we'll see. We'll touch on it on Tuesday.
Yeah. I could do that for you.
Yeah. So join us on Tuesday, guys. We'll be back 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. or 5 p.m. Pacific? Yeah. Whatever. Thanks for joining us, guys. Be easy. As always, peace, Justin.
Peace.
I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.